it's your girl Tia Shasha High, the host of Millennial High, where the leading edge millennial comes for motivation, inspiration, and deep conversation. On today's show, we are welcoming back. I'm so excited. The founder of Moguls and Media, Darcel, is in the studio.
Everybody.
And as promised on her previous show, she's like, I'm going to bring back my mentees.
Absolutely.
They are just astounding entrepreneurs that are under her tutelage, right? So what's up, ladies?
Hey.
So today we'll vibe about just Darcel's mentorship program, what these ladies are up to, their business, and we'll have some maybe tips and tricks that Darcel can throw our way, and also the ladies and their program and just their experience so far being in the mentorship program and what it means to them. Right. In the meantime, though, just in celebration of the ladies in the house, I'm going to play some Beyonce, because I know that's their favorite. Yeah. So just a little bit about Millennial High. This platform serves as the show serves as a platform for those who inspire and provoke others to go beyond what they ever thought was possible for themselves. So if you have an inspirational, uplifting, thought-provoking message you want to share with the millennials of the world, I want you to be on the show. Email me at millennialhigh@gmail.com and let's connect. Now let's play some Beyonce. Run the world. Whoop, whoop. That's what I want to hear, just to get it live, just to get it, just to get the girls pumped, because they're going to kind of like take the lead once we come back. They're like, what? Excited. Let's see Darcel's mentorship work, right? No, they'll be fabulous, I'm sure. So let's play some Beyonce, ladies. And we are back. For those of you just tuning in, you are listening to Millennial High, and I am your host, Tia. This is where the leading edge millennial comes from motivation, inspiration, and deep conversation. Today's show, we have a great show, and this is the first time I actually had like a full studio. Like I have like all the ladies in here, and I love it. I'm like, oh, I want this every day, right?
Yes.
Every time I go live. So we have Darcel, the founder of Moguls and Media. She's been on my show before, but now she brought along her mentee. So talk a little bit about your program and what you're doing.
So Moguls and Media obviously is a platform for people who are trying to aspire to launch their brands. And basically what I do is I have this mentorship program where people have reached out to me, whether via social media or through my events, and they just said, hey, I want to learn more about this mentorship program. How can I do what you're doing, or how can I launch my brand? Mm-hmm. And that's what I have going on, where we just go from start to finish from day one. We talk about what their goals are, what they're trying to aspire to do, and then literally we meet once a week, right, ladies, where we get the work done. So we don't just talk about it, we be about it.
I love it.
That's what we do.
I love it. So let's just go to the ladies then. Let's go to the mentees. So one at a time, and whoever starts first is fine.
Kenny,
so my name is Kenny, founder and journalist for Kenny Live. And Kenny Live is basically like, think about a hot summer day. You're walking around, it's super hot. Then you finally get to sit down, get some lemonade, and you take that first sip. It's light, refreshing. It's for everybody. Kenny Live is entertainment news that's really light. I don't really go deep into gossip or anything, but I just let you know what's going on, a little small touch, just so you know enough, and everybody can enjoy it.
Love it.
Hello, I'm Shan Bond. I'm the I'm the blogger of Dope Mind, and Dope Mind is about basically my perspective of things, like things that come to my mind that I think is dope, that people should know about, and things that I can bring to light that people don't want to talk about, like stuff like self-esteem, media issues, stuff that's going on in the world today, race, stuff like that.
Nice. Loving it.
Hey, I'm your girl Rain B Buzzin', and I'm founder of Be Buzzin' and BeBuzzin.com. On my website, we support those who are grinding and working hard to get to the top. I support those who are passionate about their craft, and I want to continue to motivate them. I want to continue to motivate them and just let them know to keep grinding and to stay motivated, to grind, work, and be buzzing. I always highlight different artists on my website. So if you'd like, you can go check that out on bebuzzin.com.
Yes.
Greetings, beings. My name is Keena. I am the founder of Busy Being Brown. Busy Being Brown is a movement that will aspire and not only track my journey, my glow up, but also feature the future. I am looking to highlight today's millennials. I am looking to highlight tomorrow's up next and everything going on. I will have a different arrays and different views and topics and things that are new and trending and going on. So hopefully you'll stay tuned and be sure to check out my website, which is up and running now at busybeingbrown.com.
Get it.
So you heard it here first today with the Millennial High.
Yeah.
My website is up. Check it out at busybeingbrown.com.
I love it. Lady Darcel.
They're working.
Yes, they are. Always grinding. And you know what? I started following you ladies on social, and I'm like, wow, always consistency. And is that something that you instill in them? Because I know that you're always on, you're always doing your thing. I posted something, I commented on one of your posts. I'm like, girl, you are always grinding. You are always on your A game all the time.
Yeah, so I encourage them the same way. And literally, I sometimes just like either like end up in like happy mama tears or something like that, where I'm just like looking at their posts and I'm like, yes, they took that advice and they ran with it. And we have like our own closed like Facebook group where they can all like chat to each other, encourage one another, share different things. But the things that we work on, I mean, like truly all of them came to the table with great ideas.
Yeah.
All I had to do was say, this is how you do it. This is how you get it done. And I'm telling you, some within 2-3 weeks, under a month, finished their website.
I love it.
So I'm like, when I tell you they hit the floor like running, I mean, truly all of them are talented in their own individual ways. Their writing styles are all different and they're all amazing. They're brilliant. So I'm just so happy that they chose me to mentor them.
Right. Yeah. So how did you find out about like Darcel and her mentorship program? Like, what were you doing? What point in your business were you that you're like, you know what, I could really use her help?
I'll go first.
Okay.
This is Keena. I found out about Darcel when I was lurking online. At the time, I had no social media, and I was just lurking online. I'm kind of sort of new to the area, so I was looking for millennial events to go to, ways to find friends and network, and just continue to grow myself personally. I found her at her first event here in her Moguls and Media event here in Philadelphia, and I went and I introduced myself, and I was just like, little does she know, I'll be under her wing shortly.
I love it.
I then saw Darcel at another event, and I introduced myself again. I wasn't quite sure if she remembered me, but before the night was over, we exchanged contact information. Less than a week later, we met up and got busy.
Yep, that's right. Absolutely.
Hi, it's Rainby Buzzin. I actually went to grade school with Darcel.
Yes, you did.
Really?
Yes. So I was already following her on social media. So when I seen that she had this mentorship program, I mean, I've been trying to build my brand, I can say, for 3 years, like about 3 years. And I always felt like there was always something in the way, like, oh my God, I don't know how to build my website. It's so much work. But once I seen her posting and advertising on Instagram and Facebook, I was like, oh no, I got to call Darcel up because I need to get my brand going. And that's exactly what I did. Within less than a month, I had my bebuzzin.com website up.
Nice.
And I mean, I'm like, it took me 3 years by myself, and I meet up with Darcel, and it only took me less than a month. So I'm really glad that I did link up with Darcel.
Yay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, it's Shan. I met Darcel when I was bartending at her event. We work in New York, and they was giving like a good feedback of like what they were doing. And so when I thought about writing, I looked her up on Instagram. I DM'd her. I slid in her DMs and I asked her if she could help me with what I had going on. She said, yeah, and she was happy to work with me. So we've been working ever since. And with my style of writing, I didn't know if anybody would approve because, you know, people, when they do blogs, they give tips like, oh, well, you should do this.
Right, yeah.
Like mine is like really deep and personal, but at the same time, it's my perspective. And I really talk about stuff that people can relate to, but in like a deeper aspect. And it's kind of like poetic a little bit. So if you like deep and poetic stuff, then you will like my Dope Mind website.
Yeah, she's a brilliant writer. You're definitely going to see her
Thank you.
website coming very soon.
So for me, it's Kenny. For me, I was actually on Instagram looking around at stuff. Actually, one girl got a shout out for being promoted in a PR company. And I looked her up like, oh, who's she, you know?
Yeah.
And then she had a link in her bio. And I was like, okay, let me click on this link. And then I was like, what is this? And it was an event for Moguls in Media. And I was like, oh, it's probably like somewhere in another place in the country.
Right.
And I was like, oh, Philly. And then I looked on Darcel's website, Moguls in Media, seen everything she had going on, like read like every blog on the website. I read like every blog, I read everything. And then I went and purchased tickets, and then I contacted Darcel and said I was interested in a mentorship program and everything, and went on from there. I went to the event and signed up for the mentorship program right after that.
Yes, she did.
You know what? I want to say something because it sounds like you all have the kind of a similar story where you took the initiative to actually reach out. I think that that's important. I think that that is what makes a good mentee too. It's just that you know that they're just not sitting back waiting for things to happen to them.
Exactly.
You go out and you get it. So they saw you and they're like, you know what? She's someone I need to know. Just like I did. No, I did the same thing because I was like checking her out and I was like, you know what? Oh, I want her on my show. Like I always had this in the back of my mind, you know, like once it started getting up and running, I'm like, hey, this person I want on it. This person, Darcel. Okay, you know. So because I emailed you, yeah?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. I emailed you. I'm like, you're doing great things. I want you on the show.
And I was like, of course. Let me know just when and where.
Now, I love it. So let's talk a little bit about, ladies, your brand. And how did you come up with the idea? Like, for instance, let's do Dope Mind. So Shane, how did you come up with that name? And, you know, share with us a little bit about what you have written about.
Okay, so Dope Mind. Well, I didn't even know what I was going to name it at first. At first, I wanted to use Express Yourself, but that was too corny. See, I like to I like to think like beyond and stuff that catch people. So I was looking at Dope the movie, and I liked the aspect of that and how his mind was like rolling and how he made a situation go his way or something. If anybody ever watched that movie Dope, and I was like, oh, that's dope. And I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna use my mind in my creation, so I put Dope Mind.
Love it.
And I didn't want to use the I for mine. So and Y is like my stuff, Dope Mind. So my mind. So that's why I use Dope Mind.
Oh, she's deep. I love it.
She's very deep, but I love it.
Yeah, and that's how my website is dope on Dope Mind. Basically, I don't want people to think that it's like a poem because I go like it kind of ends up being poetic, but at the same time, it's still a blog in my perspective. And some of the stuff I talk about on there is about putting yourself out there. I have a blog up already that says plug yourself, which means if you think that you have a goal or you're creative at anything, plug yourself. Don't wait until somebody is trying to plug you. Like you have to get yourself out there so you could be the face of what your project is.
Yeah, I love that. Like, don't wait for someone to co-sign.
Yeah.
Like, you just get out there, you believe in it, and you believe in it enough that, you know, other people start to believe in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
And I tell you they were amazing?
Yeah, they are amazing. And I think that is why, you know, you meet with Darcel and she kind of like you've already had it. Like you have, you know, your grunt, like you already knew what you wanted to do, but you just needed someone to catapult you like a little bit, right?
Definitely.
Because you've had it. So what about, I love Busy Being Brown. I love that name, Busy Being Brown. How'd you come up with that?
Thank you.
Kina?
Busy Being Brown came about, of course, me laying in the bed in the middle of the night and, just trying to come up with some words that best describe myself. I think it is very important to have your brand define you as well, like being a little bit of yourself and portraying that into your brand as well. So I am naturally a busy woman. I am a being, and of course we are all brown here. So I just wanted my brand to be relatable. It originally started with me wanting my own apparel line and wanting so many different things, and I just was like, this is way, way doper than just a good name. This is so hot, and I need to just sit down and mastermind this. And I needed my resources, which is why I reached out to Darcel and to lead me in the right direction.
Yeah, no, I like that. When I heard when I heard that Busy Being Brown, I'm like, it's just something just like clicked in me. I'm like, I love that.
And that's the reaction that I've been looking for. So that even moves me when I introduce my brand and people give me the reaction. It just really awakens something inside of me. And I'm just like, yes, get busy. So
Rain, talk to me, Rain girl.
Hey. Okay, so my Be Buzzin' brand came about. It was really like, okay, so I've been working in radio for 3 years, not a personality or nothing, just a board op. But so people used to come up to me like, girl, you be buzzing. And I'm like, okay, I guess because at the time, you know, right now in Philly, they have like this wave thing going on, like, oh, that's wavy. But before that, it was a buzzing thing. So I took that, I changed my name on Facebook. I used my real name, put Rain, and then just put Be Buzzing behind it. And then from there, I'm very into music and I like to support people. So I started on my Instagram and social media posting just things about like music and stuff, people, artists who I was interested in. So once I started promoting them, I mean, they considered it promotion. I just considered it putting it up because I liked it.
Right.
So I started building relationships with these people that I was posting their work on social media. And they were like, oh my God, thank you so much. That motivated me so much. I'm like, oh, okay. So if I put you out there, they feel like motivated, and that made me feel motivated, because I feel like I respect the motivation.
Right.
A lot of people respect the hustle, but I feel like, what about what motivates you to hustle? What about what continues to motivate you to grind, work, and be buzzing?
Yes.
So that's what my brand is about, supporting the motivation. What's motivating you to get you to where you want to be. So that's how Be Buzzin' came about.
I love it.
Love it.
I love it. Kenny.
After that, oh my gosh, it has so many good stories.
And so do you. And so do you, because you would not be sitting here right now. So do you.
So Kenny Live came about because, I got the nickname Kenny in college. Everybody started calling me Kenny. And Live came because I was thinking it sounded like a talk show.
Right, yeah.
And what I do is interview people. I want to, eventually have a show where I'm able to sit there and interview people.
Yeah.
So, you got to think now where you want to be and put that on the table. So, Kenny Live started that way. And now I'm just keeping up with the entertainment news and trying to get my interviews together and see where Kenny Live takes me.
Can I just, because she's humbling herself right now. And Kenny, first of all, she probably doesn't give herself enough credit. But she did 3 interviews in one day.
I love it, girl.
About that. Like within her first month, she knocked out her website and did 3 interviews in one day. So kind of talk about that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So it took me a couple weeks to get my website started. First, Darcel, she really helped me because I had a lot of ideas in my head of what I wanted to do, and I didn't know where to start.
Right.
And Darcel pushed me in the right direction. Like I was so excited. The first meeting, she was like, all right, we're going to get the social media together. We're going to get emails together. We're going to get websites together. And I did that. I was ready to do it. And then next was talking about content, and I had to do 3 interviews. I had an interview in Philly with a trainer. He trained Bryce Shear Gray from Empire.
Oh, nice.
And then
AKA Hakeem for
Hakeem, right?
Yes.
Right.
I just call him Hakeem.
And then later on that day, I had to go to New York, and I
From Philly to
interviewed.
New York.
Yes, and then I interviewed Kristen Frazier from Truffle Designs, who Beyonce wore her line, and then Stella Hughes, who worked with Michael Costello.
Yeah.
Beyonce's design. So that was crazy, but I got it done.
Yes.
No, but how exciting was that, though? Like, how did you feel?
My adrenaline was rushing the whole day. Like, I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. I was so Darcel. I was like, I gotta go get some drinks after this. I had to I couldn't believe I did that.
Yes.
But, yeah.
No, but I love that because I feel like each one of you like you had that vision and then now you're executing it. So I would like to know, how does that feel for you? Like just seeing your work out there, even sitting here right now, like how do you feel?
I'll go first. I feel great. Like I have on Dope Mind, I have like little quotes that I make up myself, and then I put it out there for people to see. And yesterday I put something up on Instagram, and somebody reposted it, but without adding me. And my girlfriend texted me like, well, they could at least added your name and said that it was yours. And I'm like, no, well, I'm just happy that people like appreciating my work and like reposting it, and they like, oh yeah, I like this quote, I like that quote, and it's actually quotes that I make up. So I'm glad, like, so that means that they're gonna like my.
You need to start putting like your ad name on the actual,
And we'll talk about that too, actually. But can you find that quote? Because now I'm curious to know what it was.
Okay.
Because she's like, I want to repost that too.
With your name, the right way, right? Give credit where credit is due.
It say the day you stop caring about what others think is the day you start living for yourself.
Yeah.
So you know, people, everybody, they just like, oh well, I wonder if they think this. I think no. So if you think your brand is dope, just go at it how you want it to, because nobody's going to see it unless you put it out the way you want it to put it out.
Right, yeah.
So if they got advice, it's like, okay, well, you can work around their advice or what they like or what they may want to hear, but put your stuff out first. So, yeah.
See, but I love that. I love that because, you know, I had, for Mother's Day was last Sunday, right?
Yeah, happy belated Mother's Day.
Yeah. I have my mom on. I'm like, that would be the best gift. Just come on, because she likes to talk just as much as I do. So it's like, just come on the show and we would talk about something that I feel like she instilled in me, which was, you know, to have that self-confidence, to know when to stand your own ground, like you said, and to know what you are doing is relevant, and you make it relevant by caring and believing in yourself. Yeah. So we had that discussion. So I love that. I love that quote. And I'm so happy that you put that up. But one thing about it is, what I feel that's happening a lot is that you put your idea out there and people want to take it. Right. And now you're so humble that you're just like, oh, well, it's okay. I'm just happy that she reposted it. But, you know, to be honest with you, that came from you. Like, it took some energy to think that thought. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, honestly, I kind of feel like now, like, what advice would you give them, Darcel, so that something like that won't happen? Did that happen to you?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely happened to me, where I posted something, like, again, my own thoughts and stuff like that. And this is a learning curve and learning process. And, like, Shan is very, very humble. And the thing is, what I did when someone did that to me, I said, oh, thank you for reposting my quotes. I actually commented, and I did it in a polite way. Thank you for reposting my stuff. And they said, oh, okay. And then they actually like added like repost via, you know, Darcel World, you know, at the time. So sometimes it's just kind of saying, hey, thank you so much for appreciating my work, you know, and kind of giving them that little hint, you know, and then from there you learn to also, like you mentioned, to watermark going forward, or just adding yourself, you know, on that picture and saying, you know, whatever your quote is, via, you know, Dope Mind.
Yeah, I actually went on the person page. It was like, oh, thank you for reposting. I appreciate you.
Love it. So she already has that in her. See?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And that's how it should be done. Kenny, tell me about, like, because I know why I love talking to people and want to interview them. So is there a reason why you want I'm sorry, not even want, you have a talk show, you are interviewing people, so this is something that you do have. So what is it that inspires you to put yourself out there and to, you know, shine the light on other people's work?
Well, I've always, one day I was just like watching TV and I seen a broadcaster. I used to play tennis and she was on the tennis channel. She was a broadcaster and I was looking at her like, that's you. Like, that kid, I don't know, I'd never even thought about it before, but I looked at her and I was like, that's you. And since then I've always like thought like, Kendall, you don't want to sit in the office, you don't want to just sit there and do like work on the computer, you want to go out, talk to people, travel. And so what's the perfect profession to do that other than journalism? Right. And so because originally I majored in college in fashion, and then I was like, no, You like wearing Thank you. You like wearing clothes, but you do not want to make them. And so I was like, communications, Kendall, like go after it. Like that. It's always just been in my heart to really like go out and just talk to people. And I started a radio show in school. It was called What's Poppin' Kenny.
I love it.
and I did that for only a semester because tennis got in the way. But after just doing that, I really loved it, and I really liked meeting new people and hearing their stories and me being able to get it out of them, and it's just fun for me. It's fun.
So it sounds. Oh, go ahead, Darcel.
No, I was gonna say, and one of the things we talk about, especially being a journalist, a lot of times you may interview, like for one of the interviews that Kenny did, her 3 interviews in a day. One of the interviews that she did, she actually didn't get to research. It was like on the spot. So that was kind of, I guess, like a curveball that I threw her. I was like, you have to also interview this person. She's done. I kind of gave her like a quick rundown.
Yeah.
This is what this person does. Go for it. And she's like, okay. So she did an excellent job. But I told her there's some key things that when you're interviewing, you can just ask these very simple questions like, so it could be, if it's red carpet, what are you wearing? What brings you here today? So even if you haven't researched those, certain individuals, you can still ask them some very general things. And she went for it, and she did an amazing job.
And she did her thing. Yeah. I love it. So, ladies, I know in a lot of your blogs, your shows, your interviews, you kind of have some things that are trending, some things that are important to you. So, I kind of want to get into that section of the show. I have a what's trending section, but I told Darcel, I'm like, you know what? I want
Take
your
over.
mentees to do it. So, what is trending? And if you have something, you have it, and if you don't, you don't. But and like I said, like here's my thing. What's trending doesn't always have to be about celebrity, right? To me, it's like even what's trending within you. Like, did you just see a powerful quote? Did you read a great book? Like, to me, I kind of feel like those are the things that should be trending.
I love it. Deep.
But if you have something fun, something light, like you can do that too. It's up to you. So, ladies, take it over.
So
What's
this
trending?
is Busy Being Brown now, and I am a mental health advocate by profession. So I'm all about mental health and where it's going and where it has been and how it really is in the now and affecting so many of us, especially millennials who are not aware. So I would like to just bring the initiative and bring forefront the self-care. When you're expected to, have a 9-to-5, take care of a family, start a business, do your own research. I feel like it's very important to know your body and to know yourself and to know when you need to stop and take a break. So with that being said, it is May, which is National Mental Health Month. So I just challenge everyone to just learn their bodies, learn themselves, work on a plan, and just know when to take a break. I'm not saying stop, but just know when to take a break and then shift your gears and refocus and get back to what you do best.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, it's Rainby Buzzin' again. I don't have anything trending right now, but again, my brand is about continuing to motivate those to continue to grind and work hard. And I feel like the reason why I created this brand is because, when I was younger, like when I was 14, I used to rap. I'm just going to put it out there. I used to rap and, I was really good, but I always said to myself, like, I'm not going to make it. I'm already 14 years old and there's so many other people that's so much better than me. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to get nowhere. So I quit. I stopped rapping. And then, as I got older, I started thinking to myself, like, why did you ever quit? Not saying that I wanted to continue to rap, but I always wanted to work in the music industry. And it's like, now that's why my brand means so much to me, because I know what it is to quit and to when it's something that you really wanted to do. So now I'm at a point where I'm doing what I want to do. I motivate myself. Other people motivate me so much. And I want other people to motivate others who are working hard to get to where they want to be, because some people might think that what they're doing is nothing, and at the end of the day, I feel like people are always watching you. And if you're passionate about your craft and you're doing what you love and need to do, I don't feel like you should give up. I feel like you should continue to motivate yourself to continue to get to where you want to be. And that's why I love supporting those who are independent entrepreneurs and are just working so hard to get to where they want to be, because I don't want them to quit. I want them to keep going and get to where they want to be. So please log on to bebuzzing.com so you can check out those people that I'm talking about.
And can I just say that Rain is buzzing herself because she knows everybody in Philly. I'm like, she schools me. Like, you know this person and this person and this like DJ and this music and this upcoming artist. I'm like, she definitely teaches me. So
I was telling Darcel, like, when people see me, some people might not even know my name. They see me and they be like, be buzzing.
I love it.
What's up, girl? It's something like World Star, you know, like that's what it reminds me of. Like everywhere I go, somebody's like, be buzzing. And when they say it, I know they're talking to me. So I turn around, I'm like, oh, hey, like they don't even know my name. But obviously, like what I'm doing, people are watching, like I said. So it just it motivates me to continue to keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay, so what's trending? This is Shan, the Dope Mind blogger. Okay, so what's trending in my mind all the time that I talk about with my girlfriend, the Colin Kaepernick situation, is how he can't land a job on the football team, but yet he's done so much for the Black Lives Matter community, and he's shined the light on black individuals being harassed and everything by the police. And it hurts me because, I'm black, but it's like we supposed to have a freedom of speech, but it's like we have a freedom of speech, but at what cost? So it's like he put his job in jeopardy just so he could shine the light on black people and basically the way he think is wrong. But everybody is giving him slack because he didn't vote. I mean, he didn't vote, but at the same time, he's still putting his own platform out there. He has a Your Rights camp, but he's still shining the light on his own situation about, basically, he's putting his own platform to shine a light on what's going on with black people. And I just think, well, if I can help him get a job, then give him a job. He needs to be on the football team because, I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm just glad that he used his platform for African Americans to speak up for us.
I want to say something about that too, because and this is why he's so strong, right? Just mentally strong, and he has there's something about him that's beyond what so many people have ever done, and it's because that, and the risk of being blacklisted, he decided on his own, obviously, that what's more important. Either, and honestly, it's a shame because at this particular point in time, it's kind of like, do you really want to speak what's in your heart because you're afraid? You don't want to speak what's in your heart because you're afraid of being blacklisted, or you're afraid that people won't understand you, or you're afraid not to get that job. Sometimes it's freedom to be yourself as opposed to being in contract with someone else. Exactly. He could be at the happiest he's ever been right now without football. Right. Because he found something else to stand on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, talk to McKinnon. I love your name. I love that.
So what's trending for me? I have started something every Thursday called Think About It Thursdays, where I give somebody or everybody something to think about. The first video was about posting something that pertains to yourself, but you're scared to because you're scared of what somebody's going to say, what somebody's going to think, or they're going to unfollow you. But go ahead and be yourself and post what you want, because the people that was probably following you before followed your image and not who you really are, and you'll gain the followers that you really that genuinely like you for who you are. So I started thinking about it Thursdays. Also, this past week, I had an interview with singer and songwriter Tracy Preston.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's local in Philly, and right now she's touring with Vivian Green. And that video is on kennylive.com.
Yes, she got that up quick.
Yes, exactly, right?
And on YouTube, my page Kenny Live. So that's also something. And I also post entertainment news. So something that you guys might be interested in is that Escape is getting back together. The group Escape. Yes. They will be performing at the Essence Festival this year. So
yes. I always wanted to go to the Essence Festival.
Me too.
Did anyone ever go? Did you guys ever?
I went to
I
school.
never been. Yes,
so ready.
I'm trying to see if I can make that happen.
Yeah, me too.
Always. That'll be. When was the last time Escape was together on stage though? Do they
Oh
have
my
new music
goodness.
out?
I don't think
No.
they have new music. I think they're just doing old stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
people,
but that's
we
good.
love that
Yeah.
stuff. So
That's amazing. I always think about that too because it's kind of like who else is reuniting? There's another TV show, Roseanne. Did you see that?
I
They're
see
the
that
cast
they're
of Roseanne.
reuniting. Yes,
It's
they
like when
are.
you think it's over, you come back to
Yeah.
relive it. I love that. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for what's trending. Awesome. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate it. Now I want to go back into this topic and something that you all said that I found interesting. It's kind of like about your story with Darcel is that, you know, you were all kind of like lurking. I guess, right, lurking. So then how does that make you feel? Because you feel, I mean, people can be like lurking your page too, eventually, you know, it's like what you're doing on social media, even though you might not think people are watching, but it's just like people are watching. So who do you want to like lurk on your page? Who would be like your dream lurker?
Oh. Y'all want to take that?
For me, it's Beyonce. Like,
Beyonce.
I need her lurking on my page.
Right.
So I was excited. This is Busy Being Brown. I was excited last week or not too long ago. Christina Milian actually liked one of my posts, and I'm like, oh my goodness, is this real? I am really doing something for Christina Milian to like my posts, and I'm just like, yes, this is what feeds me, this is what fuels me for me to keep going. So anybody who is busy being brown, positive, and just trying to get busy, that's the type of audience I'm looking to seek.
Love it.
Love it, love it.
Who's your dream lurker, Rain?
I don't have a dream lurker. I just want everybody to lurk on my page, like but a lot of crazy things, crazy in a good way, has been happening to me. I mean, when I met up with Darcel the other day, and after I met up with her, I went, you know, it's in the piazza. I went outside or whatever, and there was Wallow, and he's a motivator on social media. He gives like these videos. Make sure you check them out. So when I seen him, you know, we started talking, and I told him about my brand, and he was excited too. And I was like, he was like, yeah, you know, you have to support the little people. You have to keep motivating them. It's the smaller people. That's where it's at, because it's true. Because everybody, in all honesty, they want to go after the bigger people, you know, they want to interview bigger people or whatever. And I feel as though if you start in your community, and if you start with those people in your community who are doing big things and they're trying to get noticed, I feel like when they blow up, you blow up too, because they're like, oh, I remember Rain, she was always there when I had an event or whatever. So I just want everybody to lurk on my page at _BBuzzin on Twitter and Instagram.
I love it. I love it so much. You can continue to say that. I love it so much.
Yes, so at _BBuzzin on Instagram and Twitter, and bbuzzin.com is my website. So please subscribe.
Do it.
She's the definition of plug yourself.
Yeah.
No, but I love it. That's what this is for. You know what I
Can
mean?
I just say that one of the people that I interviewed that now also Kenny interviewed, which is Truffle Designs, which is Kristen Frazier's brand. She now just had her, which my phone case right here. She just had her phone case featured on The Real.
Oh,
so
wow.
with Lonnie and all
Yeah.
of them, her stuff was actually featured. Her brand was actually featured on The Real.
That's
so
awesome.
You never know
Right.
what can happen. So yeah,
I love The Real, actually.
Yes,
I
me
really love
too.
that show.
That's my show. Go ahead, Shan.
Oh, lurkers. Anybody can lurk. Tell your grandma, tell your friends, tell your uncles. Tell everybody about Don't Mind and the website, because soon enough you're going to like it when it comes out anyway. Because it's very versatile. It's like, it's not on one subject. It's on, like I said before, self-esteem, like race, fashion. I also want to put something like talk about celebrities and that celebrities that's doing positive things outside of their work. So yeah, it's very versatile. So yeah, just lurk. Keep lurking. If you want to hit me up, if you want to slide in my DMs, you got any questions, I would be happy to talk to you. Just lurk.
So I kind of just like Rain, I want everybody to, you know, come to my page because I'm giving news and facts. I'm not giving out just like random stuff where, you know, a lot of people post stuff like don't not even know if it's true or not. I try not to do that.
That's good job.
Right, exactly.
So, you know, just everybody can lurk on my page and see what's going on and see. And I have motivational stuff. I have entertainment news. I have interviews. You know, so anybody can come and, you know, just be my guest. Be my guest.
I know, Darcel, I love the story, and I want you to tell it now because I feel like it's relevant to this topic, is the two people who were kind of like checking you out without, unbeknownst to you, until they emailed you. Like, who are they? For the Moguls and Media Tour, it was someone from,
So for the Moguls and Media Tour, I did a 4-city tour, as people, most people should know by now, but I'm planning another 4-city tour. But as I was putting that together, panelists, people started just to say, hey, I want to come support. How can I buy a ticket for like literally 4 months in advance or something like that for the Atlanta stop? And it was one of the producers from CNN. And I'm just like, literally one of the producers from CNN is reaching out to me saying, how can I get a ticket to your event? I said, well, you can actually be a part of the event,
exactly.
you know, let alone a ticket. But she was like, she just jumped right in and she said, of course. She literally asked, she said, I'm done deal. Like right then and there, I'm marking it on my calendar. Boom, done deal. The next person who reached out to me was one of the producers from OWN, and she actually just did the Ayanla Fassan Fix My Life this past season, so she was with the producer on that, and she reached out to me and said, I have to, not can I, not asking me, I have to be on your Atlanta panel.
I love it.
Needs to happen. And I said, done deal, we can make that happen. Obviously with her experience and stuff like that, so I mean, you never know who's watching you. And I mean, it's just been such a compliment to me and such a testament to me. Because again, like all of them had said, you know, and I share this with my mentees, like you never know. Sometimes you do get those down days. Like, is anyone caring about my brand or what I'm posting, what I'm putting out there? And I always encourage them, like, hey, all the likes may not come in the beginning. All the comments may not come in the beginning. The emails, people are reaching out to you in the beginning. But after some time, and it's funny because the way that they're all talking about their brands, you would think they've been doing this for years.
Exactly.
But literally it's like been 2 months or for some of them almost 3 months.
Exactly.
So and they've done so much. But I tell them, I said, as long as you stay consistent and be true to who you are, I promise you it'll pay off. And it has thus far. So they're amazing.
Absolutely. So then tell me something, and you can answer it if you should answer it.
You're going to answer.
No, but why is having a mentor so important to you? How has it been relevant to you? Like, are these the things that you think you could have done just in a couple of weeks or months on your own? Or what, like, if someone was looking for a mentor or they're kind of like, you know, on the edge, should I get one? Should I, like, what would your suggestion be to them?
So for Busy Being Brown, it is very important to have had that lean on me, is what I call it. She doesn't even know. My job is stressful enough. And like I said, I'm kind of sort of new to the area, so I'm still learning my resources. But just someone to lean on, and you can follow their lead, and just to guide you and to assist you. And just to be honest, some of the days I met with Darcel, it wasn't as productive, but just having someone that I can sit and talk about what's going on in my life and to help me continue to stay on track and to, you know, keep flowing. And before the end of our session, she would be like, okay, now get busy, you know, I'm not letting you off track. And she definitely held me accountable, and she would assist me. She made herself extremely available. So I think it's important to just have someone in your corner. I am that friend who is able to help all my friends, but when it comes to me, you know, I'm like, oh, where do I go? I can't use their plans that I'm utilizing for them. So it's very important just to have a good support system in general. So that's why I feel like mentors at this day and age, no matter what age you are very helpful.
Right.
And me and Keena, I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in. Me and Keena, when we meet, like, we start talking about our day, and she's like, girl, you know, so, and I have to realize too, as a mentor, Sometimes it's not just getting into the work part. I have to also make sure that as the person, she's still motivated. As the person, she still feels good about herself, her brand, and all those things.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Because I truly believe I am a reflection of my brand.
Absolutely.
So as long as I'm keeping myself tight and, my mind will continue to be dope. So everything will be flowing consistently. So I'm all about self-care, taking care of myself, and, so it won't, in the near future, there'll be no days off. But for now, I'm just tightening up and I'm staying busy.
Yeah. And I think for Kina, we worked it out where I said, you know what, sometimes it can be overwhelming starting a brand. And I said, you know what, as long as you allot a specific amount of time to your brand, don't say I have to do it 8 hours a day. That for me, it's probably 10, 12 hours a day I'm working on my brand. I had to build to that. Right. It may just be an hour a night. Start there. So that way you're not overwhelmed.
Yes, girl, because it's for me, there's a lot. Like you said, sometimes your job is stressful and you have a lot to do, and sometimes you're taking that home, and then it kind of like goes into, your projects. And you're like, man, I really wanted to do that tonight. I really did. And I really wanted to do that tonight, but I'm exhausted. And that's that self-care too. It's like, I'm exhausted. I need to go to sleep just to have my mental faculties with me. But continue. I want to hear from everyone because we have 10 minutes.
Yes.
Hey, it's your girl Rainby Buzzin'. I feel as though it's very important to have a mentee when you're building a brand. Like Kenny was saying earlier, sometimes you have all these things that you want to do. Like, what you want to do with your brand. You know exactly what you want to do. But there's so many things that you want to do. You don't know where to start. So sometimes instead of starting, like for me, like I said, it took me 3 years to actually start. And it was because I was so overwhelmed. I was like, oh, I want a website. Oh, I want to do a podcast. Oh, I want to be on the radio. It was just so many things. I just didn't know where to start. And when meeting with Darcel, every time I leave Darcel, I'm like so excited. Like, I felt like we accomplished so much. And not for nothing, I had like my moments too. I'm in the mentee program. I didn't go to the mentee program for 2 weeks. Like, and it was because I just was going through so much. And Darcel was still there for me. Like, I would text her and then, she'll call me up like, girl, you're doing great. Continue to stay motivated. And I'm so glad that I did have and still do have her there, because I'm just back on track and I'm more motivated than ever. And, she gave me just that nudge in the right direction. So obviously she's already built her brand, so she knows what she's doing. So I'm really grateful that she's my mentee. Even at the Moguls in Media, the last workshop, a friend of mine showed up there and she started talking about how she wants to do her business. And I know, because I see it on Facebook all the time, she's been wanting to do it for a long time. And I felt like I was promoting Darcel's brand more than her. Like, I'm like, girl, you need to talk to Darcel. You need to get on this program. Like, she will lead you in the right direction. And I was like, Darcel, tell her to, get on your program. But yes, I just love the mentee program and I'm really thankful.
Oh, love it.
Me too. Because Darcel, this is Shan, don't mind. Darcel, she always helps you, and even when y'all not meeting, she'll text you like, hey, well, did you get this done? Did you get that done? Oh, well, have a good day. Like, she's always checking up on you. And this is my first time actually putting myself out there. I used to be very private and I never wanted to talk, but it's like since I got older, I found myself. So now I want to speak and I want people to listen to me. So that's why I got to make sure my stuff is dope. So people will want to listen. But I was like, I just woke up one day and something just told me write. So I was just writing, and the notes, I was just writing them on sticky notes, a note a day to keep the stress away.
So for me, I had a vision. I was kind of all over the place before I met Darcel, because I was telling Darcel, because after I graduated college, I was kind of discouraged because I graduated in PR and I wasn't finding a job. And I was like, what's going on? I had internships and I was like, okay, maybe this isn't my field. Maybe it's something else for me. I was like, Darcel, I don't know if I want to be an actress. I don't want to know if I want to do PR, if I want to do event planning, I was all over the place. And then I finally met with Darcel. I was like, I want to do broadcasting. This has been on my mind heavy. And she laid out the floor plan, basically told me what I needed to do to get out there. We did it. And then Darcel is does not hold back her resources, for one. Like that's because, you know, a lot of people don't want to actually give out their resources. They want to hold on one for themselves.
Right, yep.
Darcel has no problem giving out her resources, and then she's always motivating us. She's always there, and you know, like, I really can't ask for a better mentor.
So basically, it is important.
I'm sorry. Can
to
I
have
say
a
something
mentor.
else?
You
I'm
can
sorry.
talk to me.
Darcel, she always has us a part of her events that she's been having. So I
Yeah.
want to thank her for that, because she can also always be like, well, I'm working with them, so I want to see what the newcomer's going to say. But she always keep us engaged together, make sure we're all together. So
What's the next event? I'm glad you brought that up. What's the next event?
Yes, so the next event is actually Tuesday. I know I'm always working, but
Yeah.
I sincerely, I love the first workshop. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, it was a
Sincerely.
blast. I loved it. I
loved
still
it.
have my
Your
little
place card?
my place card.
Yes,
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it.
Thank you so much for being a part. But I really enjoyed the first workshop so much. And that was kind of like a test for me. Like, okay,
Yeah.
let me see. Because that was something always a vision for
Yeah.
Moguls and Media. Not just the grand events where I'm having all these people and all this press and all that. But actually the workshops.
Yeah.
And the next workshop is May 23rd from 6 to 7:30 at WeWork Northern Liberties. So definitely 1010 North Hancock Street. So people can definitely come out and go to mogulsandmedia.com for tickets. And what we're going to talk about is how not to play it safe.
Love it.
Is basically, and I don't know if people get confused by that title, but I know I pretty much try to encourage all of them. Like, to me, your safe zone or your comfort zone is your broke zone.
Oh, I love it.
So, in order to make that money, in order to put your brand out there, in order to get, go from 1 to 100, you have to not play it safe, in the sense of still have your values and your morals, but actually step out your comfort zone. You can only do that. You can only see and breathe true success is when you push yourself
Absolutely.
past
Yep.
that comfort level. And that's what we're going to be talking about, is how to push ourselves past our comfort level. So definitely go to mogulsandmedia.com.
Absolutely. I love it. Ladies, one more time, really quick, just your website or your Instagram name. Really quick.
This is Keena, the founder of Busy Being Brown. You can check me out at busybeingbrown.com, where my website was officially launched today. So go and check it out. You can follow me on
Congrats.
Instagram at Busy Being Brown. You can follow me on Twitter, and you can now follow me on Snapchat.
Nice. Okay, Rain.
Hey, it's your girl Rain B Buzzin. Make sure to subscribe to my website, bbuzzin.com, and also to my social media, which is @_bbuzzin. It's my new business page. And also, I just hope that you guys continue to follow me on my journey and join me on my journey to continue to motivate and inspire those to continue to grind, work, and be buzzing.
Hey, that was good. This is Shan, Dope Mind. You can follow me on Instagram, DOPENYND. That's the same on Twitter also.
Okay, and then Kenny, and then we gotta go.
Kenny here for Kenny Live. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Kenny, KENNIILIVE, and then KennyLive.com, KENNIILIVE.com.
Thank you so much to all my listeners. I love you. I believe in you. And we'll talk to you next Sunday. Bye.